There seemed to be a lot of panic in Motown up until this most recent move, and it doesn't solve all of the problems for the Lions defensively. I think they still have their most major need up front on the defensive line. Re-signing Marcus Davenport is not a true fix. It's just a part, I think, of the bigger plan. And there may be a bigger move out there to be made yet still. There are still some free agents out there, and there might still be a trade for, let's say, a Trey Hendrickson available to the Lions. Now, history would say that Brad Holmes doesn't make that sort of deal, but Trey Hendrickson may not demand, Myles Garrett money. We'll see what's left of free agency, but I still think the Lions' most pressing need is on their defensive line, another edge opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, and I think they still need help at defensive tackle. Outside of that, I do still think they need to continue to build on the offensive line. The Lions need to continue to address their offensive line. You have Christian Mahogany coming up at guard. You have the aging Graham Glasgow. So the question there is, does he fill that spot? If Zeitler doesn't re-sign, does it force you to have to go out and get a free agent so that you have a little bit more of a veteran presence along with all of the other All-Pros and Pro Bowlers you have already? But I still think it's just so important to continue to reinvest in the offensive line and build that quality depth. With the departure of Carlton Davis, I think the Lions did an excellent job of filling that need immediately with the signing of DJ Reed. And I don't think it's making the Lions defense leaps and bounds better. DJ Reed is a smaller cornerback, but he's still a good man-to-man player. He can play zone, and he's not afraid to put his nose in there in the run game. So I think he will fill in well as a number one cornerback. He's reliable, and he'll be available. He'll also allow Terrion Arnold and those depth pieces to grow behind him. It also takes away the pressing need in the draft for the Lions to address cornerback, and I don't think it would be unbeneficial for them to take another young corner to continue to groom and grow. But I think you've set your cornerback room up for the future, so that takes that out of that third pressing need. I think then you can insert the need at wide receiver. As of this recording, the Lions also have not re-signed Tim Patrick. So they may have a need for a bigger-bodied wide receiver here in the draft. And with the moves now that they've made in free agency, that makes it more of an opportunity for them to address here earlier and often in this upcoming draft.